What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So now, many people are running with the rumor, or the narrative, should I say. Rumor is the incorrect word to use. Running with the narrative that undefeated 3-division world champion, former junior welterweight undisputed world champion, now the reigning undisputed welterweight world champion, who is widely acknowledged and recognized as the #1 best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, and Terence Crawford, who has 40 wins, no loss, and no draw, 31 big wins by way of knockout. He is 36 years of age, 5'8", with a 74-inch arm reach. That Terence Crawford has now decided and changed his mind, as all the boxing pundits and the boxing world and the media, casual media, are now stating that Terence Crawford needs to stay far away after this performance, far away from 4-division world champion Mexican superstar boxer, who is widely considered the face of the sport of boxing, who is top 5 pound-for-pound best fighters in the world, and is the undisputed super middleweight world champion in Saul Canelo Alvarez. Saul Canelo Alvarez has a record now of 60 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout. He is 33 years of age, 5'8", with a 70-inch arm reach. So with that said, Terence Crawford is probably about a half-inch taller, has a 4-inch arm reach advantage, and is 3 years older. But Terence Crawford fights 3 weight classes below, 147. Canelo fights now 168. But Canelo is not a natural super middleweight. He campaigns at that weight, and he feels comfortable at that weight, but he's not a natural super middleweight. And in his recent fight this past weekend, he faced off against 3-time junior middleweight world champion, now former undisputed junior middleweight world champion, but still the unified junior middleweight world champion, superstar boxer Jermell Iron Man Charlo, who is now 35 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 19 wins by way of knockout, 33 years of age, 5'11" and a half with a 73.5-inch arm reach. And he beat Jermell Charlo handedly. Okay? Easy. I thought he won every single round, with the exception, you make a case, the 5th round was Jermell Charlo's best round that was competitive. But he dropped him in the 7th round, and he won a unanimous decision, as I predicted the fight would play out. Right? But after that performance, Jermell Charlo, who jumped up from 154 to 168, people said Terence Crawford need to stay far away from Canelo Alvarez because he's going to hurt him. And now this narrative has grown and gained so much momentum that Terence Crawford is outside his mind attempting to face off against Canelo Alvarez at 168. Now, initially, Terence Crawford, he stated that his cap, the highest weight he would go to, was 154. But then he stated he realized and recognized that his skill set, his talent, his athletic ability, his natural strength could see him actually beat Canelo Alvarez. And he showed up to Canelo Alvarez Jermell Charlo fight. He was ringside, and Terence Crawford, he said, listen, I want the winner. Then after the fight, he said, listen, Jermell Charlo didn't even try. He acted like a kitten, not a lion. Congratulations to Canelo Alvarez. And when asked, do you want this fight? He said, what you think? Absolutely. And then when he was leaving the arena, once again, he was asked, what you want to do next? He said, I want to fight the winner, which is Canelo Alvarez. Right? And so now the narrative is being pushed that Terence Crawford's silence on fighting Canelo Alvarez now is his fear speaking loudly. Because now he's hesitant, because now Terence Crawford essentially bit off more than he can chew, put his foot in his mouth. He claimed that he wanted to do something, and now that is actually in front of him, he's backtracking by being silent. Well, in all reality, Terence Crawford is always silent when it comes to these matters. The only time he's not silent on these matters is when somebody, asks him about it. And he decides, to discuss it. Terence Crawford is not silent because he's avoiding Canelo Alvarez. Nor is guys like Stephen A. Smith, who is a colorful analyst for ESPN, that stated now he has a podcast on YouTube. And Stephen A. Smith saying that, what is Canelo Alvarez going to do next? What is Terence Crawford going to do next? Now that Terence Crawford made a statement when he said, I'm off the kitten in Jermell Charlo. I don't no longer have interest in fighting Jermell Charlo because Jermell Charlo didn't even attempt to put his best foot forward. So I don't want to fight Jermell Charlo. I have no interest in fighting Jermell Charlo. Right? That's what Terence Crawford stated. And so because of that, okay, it garnered people to say, well, what are you going to do next? Right? Now, initially, he wanted to fight Jermell Charlo, become an undisputed 3-division champion. But since Jermell Charlo, again, decided to go a different route, Dare to Be Great, got an opportunity to fight Canelo Alvarez. Well, now Jermell Charlo is not off is essentially a process by elimination. He's not the undisputed champion. So Terence Crawford can fight him and beat him and then become the unified champion, but he still have to go through undefeated Australian star boxer Tim Tszyu to become undisputed. So he said he's up off the whole Jermell Charlo fight. Focused on Canelo. But now he has a rematch clause with the man he beat July 29th, Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena, and former unified 3-belt WBC, WBA, IBF welterweight world champion superstar boxer Earl the True Spence Jr., who is now 28 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 22 wins by way of knockout. He stopped Errol Spence in the 9th round, dropped him twice in the 7th round, dropped him in the 2nd round. Now, many people are not calling for that rematch. As Stephen A. Smith said, nobody wants to see the rematch between Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. So what is Terence Crawford going to do? So he pointed Terence Crawford in the direction of the undefeated welterweight superstar title contender, the Phenom, as I refer to him as, in Jaron Boots Ennis, who is 31 wins, no losses, no draws. He is 28 big wins by way of knockout. 26 years of age, 5 for 10 with a 74-inch arm reach. And they have a lot of similarities. They both fight southpaw orthodox. They both have power. They both athletic and explosive. I think that Jaron Ennis is faster feet. He's younger, obviously. And I think he is just bigger and stronger and more fluid athletically. But I don't know if he's physically stronger than Terence Crawford. That's yet to be seen. So with that said, that's a huge fight. But is it revenue-wise a huge fight for Showtime? Showtime Present Sports, Stephen Espinosa. Right? Do they feel like they'll get a return on their investment? No. So with that said, right, for the money Terence Crawford is going to be looking for as the A side and coming off the biggest, most lucrative marquee win of his career, he's going to look to keep up the momentum, and Jaron Ennis doesn't represent that. So Stephen A. Smith said, you need to fight Jaron Boots Ennis. I agree. I'm not appalled to that. But is that in Terence Crawford's plans because of where he's at in his career? Makes sense for me as a fan of the sport of boxing. Makes sense for Jaron Ennis as an opportunity to snatch the torch and get an opportunity to fight for a world title. It makes sense. But does it make sense for Terence Crawford? No. Not right now. But it also does make sense for Terence Crawford because what is he going to do next, seeing as though Canelo just said, you're not in my plans. So now Canelo said, you're not in my plans. The plans is to fight somebody else. So what is Terence Crawford going to do? But now the narrative is created that Terence Crawford's silence is fair because after he witnessed what Canelo Alvarez did to Jermell Charlo, he no longer wants any part of that fight. And all reality is, to be truthful, is that he didn't destroy Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo didn't even try. Not saying that he would have won if he did try. And maybe he would have got knocked out if he would have put his best foot forward. But he didn't try. You understand? And so we just will never know. That's just the bottom line. But to say that Terence Crawford is ducking and avoiding Canelo Alvarez, I believe is just asinine. I think that he's far from ducking Canelo Alvarez, and if given the opportunity, he will jump and chomp at the bit because he believes he can outbox him. He has power, he has skill, he's talented. Interesting fight. And to be truthful, you had a guy like Amir Khan who jumped up 2 weight classes from 147 to 160. 2 weight classes, and he challenged Canelo Alvarez, and he was outboxing him until he got knocked out. But hey, Amir Khan gets knocked out by everybody. It didn't matter what weight class he was in. He got knocked out by Danny Garcia at 140. Got knocked out by Brettis Prescott, I believe, at 130 and 135. And he got knocked out by Canelo at 160. And he got knocked out by Kell Brook, I believe, at 154. So he gets knocked out in every weight class he in. But nonetheless, he was outboxing Canelo Alvarez. So we have to keep that in mind. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out moving forward. It's very interesting to see what Terence Crawford next move is going to be. And that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to Black Media Raw. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.